Welcome. We are about to start sewing for Dawn. I had a little problem where my recording showed me that I needed to rotate and I didn't know how to go about it. So we're going to get started. Here is one of my little Dawn dolls, and I'm going to start with this beautiful lame material. We're going to make a dress similar to this one, and I am using the end of the fabric so it's not going to fray anymore. And we have this very pretty flower in the middle. So what I'm going to do for this lame material is sew it with tulle, and I'm going to sew it along the arm and the top, and then I'm going to connect it. So this is the best way that I know how. There are dresses made this way for Barbie. So I'm going to put a pin here, right where it's going to be pricked anyways by the sewing machine, so that I can go ahead and cut this piece of tulle out. And there's a lot of noise going on here. There is some grass getting cut, and I also have the fan on. So if you look at my other video, I show how this is from the pattern. Let me get this here very quickly. How this is from pattern McCall's number 2970, and I will be doing this dress right here. It is a long style, and I adjusted this. Let me see if I have it here. I adjusted the pattern, and it's something that you can do. Basically, you get the pattern, and from the pattern you can go ahead and make other designs. So for me, this is going to be a smaller dress, and I'm sorry for this, but I think it's useful for me to show this. So this is the pattern right here, and I went ahead and I adjusted it to fit my need. This is going to be a mini dress. What you do is take the pattern, and you don't need that much, not even for this brocade. So this is what it looks like. This is my pattern, and I adjusted this. This is way too much over here, or maybe it's just the way I sew. So if you want to take it up to where the arms are, I gave it just a little bit more, and that's because this is brocade. You need a little bit more room. And just where we have the little darts for connection, basically that's where you can cut and get the same look of this mini dress. So let's get started. So I am going to sew here, and I have this in tight stitch, and I'm going to give myself that much room here. I'm going to take that out now, and basically follow the line right here with my foot. And since I've been doing this for a while, I basically know, oh, that's a little bit too much, I basically know where to stop. And when I'm done here, I'm going to cut the darts. I'm going to make some clips right there, and let's get to it. So we have this let me see if I can adjust the lighting. I don't want to mess with the camera here. I don't want it to happen. So right over here on the edge, I sewed it like this. I clip it sideways because I don't want this to be too bulky. And here I'm going to do the same right there. So right here I'm going to clip it, and this is going to help. Oh, I have all this tulle here still, so let's get the tulle out of here. And I already did a dress. I'm going to clip it to the side. So I already made one dress, so I think I need a little bit more easement. And we're going to compare it one to the other. And I put the little neck on the other one so I can show you. So basically we're going to fold this inside out. And you can see here how that happens. Here's my finger. So right at this point right here is where we can sew the dress in the back. But before that, I am going to sew it straight across. Welcome. We are just about to finish this one dress. I went ahead and did another one. And this, at this point, is where you can go ahead and sew some decoration, some trim. So this is why I did one already. So I did this other one, and I added this trim. I fixed the edges so it would not fray. This is the dondal with a different type of, as you can see here, they're rather shiny, and look how they look around. They look like it's shiny, almost like a snake skin. So here's the other dress that I made. Oops. And I added this trim. And what do you think? Very fancy. So over here in the back, I am going to fold this in. So I took a little bit too much. So I'm going to do a bead and a chain loop for the connection. So this dress is going to stay this way, and this is the trim that I used. I bought this many years ago, many years ago from Michael's, and there's not that much in here. So this is the trim that I used. And what do you think if I put this in the middle for the other one? You really can't tell for this one. So if I put it in the middle, you really can't tell. So I have this other trim where I do have it in silver, but I just couldn't find it at the moment. So here are two different ones. As soon as I find it in silver, I will use that. But I feel if I use gold on silver, it's not going to look good at all. See that? It's not going to look good at all. So we're going to leave this as it is and have the shiny brocade come through. And add the other one. I can also use lace in here. Definitely I can do that and then tie it behind. But with this material, because it's so shiny already, nothing comes through. So we're going to finish this off. There is the tulle, and connect it and go on to our next project. Let me see here. So I'm going to turn it inside out. And here's the other dress. Okay, let's get ourselves this other Dawn. This is a little TLC one, so we're going to move her arm to the side and put this dress on her. I had another little strip of this, and isn't this beautiful here? It looks different. I do have some other rhinestones that I could probably put over here. Let's do that right now. So we're going to decorate it. Here are some tiny little rhinestones that I have. And we're going to make this dress different, extra special. Because there's nothing that is going to be showing through. I am adjusting the oops. So we are going to do some rhinestone decoration embellishment here. And keep each dress looking different. So here we are. So I am going to start from the middle. Or how about if we put them alongside here? I think that would be very pretty. These are little diamonds. They're not real diamonds, but rhinestones are very beautiful. Let's do a second take here. Oops. That's one of the things that happens. They either get stuck on the leg or they get stuck in the with the hand or the head. Let go, Dawn. Let go of my thread. So that looks very beautiful. So let's do one more here. And I'm not going to put anything on the top because that's where we're going to put the choker. Alright, so there we go. We did two. Isn't that so pretty? So I'm going to tie this. I do have some beautiful feathers, but I don't have it here now at the moment. I think that would be very, very beautiful if I am able to sew in some feathers. But we have this edge look over here that makes it look pretty. So we're going to do two more. This is going to be a very fancy one. And then right after this, we're going to sew, or I'm going to sew some other tights and see how those other tights look on her. Oh, goodness, they're so tiny. Okay, I got it in. These are much smaller than my other. Let me show you one other doll that I made. I mean, one other outfit. Let me sit her down. Is this one for Barbie? And she has different rhinestones. You can see. these rhinestones on Dawn are a lot smaller than the ones that are here on Barbie. They're really tiny. So that's why they keep on falling from my hand. So I am not sure that I did this twice, so I'm going to go ahead and do one more for safe measure. This does take a long time, as you can see. Probably for someone else, someone younger, probably not, but since it's so tiny, I'm not able to find the hole that's there to sew it on. So I'm going to do a knot because I don't want these to fall out. We're going to put the other one down here. Okay, so we're almost done over here. This, again, this does take me a long time. And here are my other rhinestones in this little baggie. Okay. Oh my goodness. I don't know if you can see, so I'm going to put it right there. I'm trying to get it while it is on the... There we go. I will try to make something special for the choker part, since this is already a very, very beautiful dress. Fancy, fancy dress. I am telling you, it's so hard to find the opening. And not only do I have to find the opening, it has to be parallel to come out through the other side. So there we go, finally. Okay. And of course, it got stuck on my ring. I am not having a good live stream. I'm having such a hard time here with this tiny doll. But tiny doll, you have to be very patient with these tiny little things. Alright, finally, there we go. Let's take a look here. And we have ourselves a beautiful little dress. So I'm putting this aside, and I'm going to start sewing with one of the tights. So this pattern here I designed myself. There is a tutorial how to go ahead and do your own patterns for tights. I will go ahead and put it in the description. So look at the description of how to design your own tights for Dawn. And this is stretch material, very shiny. Hopefully you can see it there. And I'm going to get me some elastic here. Okay, so this is very thin elastic's probably 1/8, and it has this fuzzy interior. It is like a sweater type, stretchy, shiny, silver metallic fabric. So what I do here is I keep it long, and as I am sewing it, I'm going to pull on it like so to get a nice gather. Cutting it, if I cut this, it would be difficult because during the sewing I would probably lose the hold on this. And now I'm going to go ahead and pull it. So if the needle catches the elastic, that is okay, because I have it just where I want it as far as the gather. All right, let's do this slowly. That is the easiest way to go ahead. I have tried cutting it to size, but since this is so small, that's what ends up happening. You lose focus, or you lose hold of the elastic, and then it disappears back into the casing. So there, what I wanted to do there is go ahead and get a foothold in there, and then go ahead and cut. We are talking about 1 inch space of doing this. So here we go. I'm going to get a pin and connect the two pieces here. Fold it out because this helps to minimize the bulk right here in the middle. So I start from this end and go on the other, just to keep it down. So this, when I'm doing this here, there is no race. We are not in a hurry. Two key things is to keep the ankle in place so that I can sew the bottom of the foot and go inwards towards the ankle. So this part I'm always very slow, because this is about 1/4 of an inch, the width of my finger, and then we have to sew in that little tiny space. Having a pencil or a pen, or even this right here, is very helpful. I can't believe my sewing machine did that. But here we go. We're getting started. It's doing it. It has some thread stuck in there. Okay, so this is where we're sewing the little ankle. So I'm going inward and then out slightly. So now we're going to do this to the other side. And take that pin out because I do not want a broken needle. So this part right here is where, see how it just opens up? I'm going to try to hold it in place while I sew it, like so. Okay, so here we go. And now we're going to fold it out this way. And I am actually sewing so close to the edge, and that's the reason why this is a tight stitch on the tension and a tight stitch on the ending. So I'm going to clip the edge ever so carefully, and this is going to help to turn it inside out. So I'm going to put my finger and get one part started with my finger and then the other. This is so that they don't get folded in the wrong little casing. So with the scissors or with anything pointy, and because it is a stretchy material, I'm just going to do this ever so carefully. And this is going to be really beautiful. Okay, that's as far as I'm going to go because it's really tiny and tight there. I'm going to use my smaller metal rod. I just need the help of this wider part of the scissors to fold it through. And this needs to be done very carefully because if I go fast, I'm going to bottleneck it and get it stuck with more material there, and it gets harder, and I don't want to make a hole there. So that's as far as I can go right now. I'm getting my metal rod here, and now push it through. And I want to be able to do that so that I can get the foot in there. See how tiny that is, that little silhouette of a foot? Okay, here we go. And there's the other one. And there's the silhouette of the other little foot. This is so pretty. So now I'm going to take these tights out. Okay, I'm putting it to one side and putting it over to the other side. Once I get over the hips or the widest part, then it's easy to take out. Always have to be careful. For the most part, the clothes for Dawn are very delicate and tiny. So now let's try getting this on her. And that's how I put her. Pull it and then with my nail, help it through. Pull it and help it through. And then same with the other one. Kind of like a little caterpillar. And here are her beautiful little tights. See how shiny? I don't know if the shiny can come through the camera, but they're really beautiful. Here we go. These are like Barbie shiny. I have the Barbie way on the top, sadly, but there's very pretty tights like this, or yeah, tights or socks. So let's put this on her. This very beautiful silver metallic. Stunning outfit for Dawn. So again, I'm going to look for the silver metallic and then put it over here for her. So here is one dress with different tights, and here is the other with different tights. Same fabric, different look. So now I'm going to get started with pants. These are the pants for Dawn, and I'm going to try this on her to see if I need to hem them. And these are the exact, this is the exact pattern that I'm using from the McCall's pattern. So first thing is I am going to fold this in. This is the flap on the side, and I'm going to use about 1/8 of an inch right here. Oops, sorry. I have the camera so close. Oops, there goes my thread. I have it so close that, especially for Dawn, that I hit it with the side of my hand. So this is the other, and this is very slinky, stretchy material. And I have the thread on a tight stitch. So now we're going to sew this and connect it along the side. I sew it this way. That's just my preference. So the best thing to do is just to get them together here on the top and sew. Look at that. I didn't even notice. It's so slinky. Always got to make sure to see what's happening. This is like disco material, actually. If you've ever seen a 1970s disco, it's probably made out of tricot. I always have trouble with that word. I have the door closed and I hear my cat trying to get in, kind of like angry. Oh, the door's open. She's coming in angry. What happened? What happened down there? She's telling me her day. She'll make an appearance in a second. What happened to you? So on this part right here, I'm going to do the hem, and then, because, what is it, sweetie? There's no room for you. So I'm going to take this Dawn here and undress her so that I can try the pants to see what, so I can see what it looks like. You see how it moves? Oh, she's dropping stuff. She's crying. Every time I don't pay attention to her, she cries. So yes, I need to give her the hem here. So let's do the hem first. So yeah, that is Cleo, and she's very sentimental. Very, goodness. And when she came in here, she was telling me her day. She's outside of my room, and oh, she came back. Alright, so let's do this so that it could come out the same. She's coming back for my attention, and then she's gonna cry. I have to be very careful with this because you can see how it moves. It's such a slinky material. So, let's see here. Make sure that it's the same. There we go. Excellent. So the semi-hard part here is going to be making the waistband. So there's no way about it. I'm just going to have to, do two parts and hope that they match on the side, alongside. This would be nice if you know what, I'm, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to hem this. I'm going to hem the top. So, because it's going to be too difficult. So I'm going to connect the pants. This is the hem of the pants. And then when I get done, I'm going to hand stitch the top of the waistband. Such a beautiful material. This is good for larger, but we're working on for little Dawn here. Okay, there we go. Now, this is the other part. Going to connect the pants by the hem and get this. Getting the needle in to hold it in place is important and crucial because it helps in the beginning, and especially with this fabric, to get it straightened in. All right, there we go. All right, got over that little hurdle. All right, there we go. So here are the pants, and I do need to adjust it. See how it's like kind of crinkled in there. Need to cut it a little bit more here in the bottom, and right here too. This is going to loosen it up, and there we go. Problem solved. So now that I have this, I'm going to hand stitch this, and I'm going to use one thread. Oh, all right, there we go. That way, with one thread, it's not visible. So let's do this here. And since I don't have a knot here, I'm going to make the knot right now. All right, so here we go. Going to be sewing this, hand sewing this carefully. And I try to get very little, like, so that we don't get to see it on the outside. Okay, and I'm opening up this part here and doing the fold. This would have been very hard with the sewing machine because this material is very, very slinky. it's hard to manage, but very beautiful. And I'm just doing this slowly and carefully as I can. And then after I'm done here, I'm going to be taking all of these little pieces of thread carefully to make sure that I don't take the stitching that I'm doing right now. This is such a beautiful material. And here we go. There. I'm making a knot here for my next project, or whenever I need it again. And now it's time. This is the best time to start taking these little pieces of thread. So here are the pants. These are definitely disco pants. I think if I make another pair, I'm going to make them flare pants. Alright, there we go. I was hoping the heaviness would turn them inside out. So Dawn has her original panties on. I'm going to try to put these on with her panties on so I don't have to. Look how cute that is. This can definitely be a, for Halloween, like a spaceman outfit. So, what do you think of the length? I think that's good. And it looks good with her panties on. There are her panties. Maybe a little bit more, but I needed to take that. So there we go. Very good connection in the back. I need to put some kind of a clip. So let's get started with the next outfit. Let's do, this is the exact pattern for the vest or the long vest. Now, let's see here. I'm going to be sewing this vest right here, and I need to put it to the sideways because the sewing machine is there. So this is going to be fairly easy because we're just going to connect the sides, and since it's this slinky material, I'm gonna cut the edges later. See how this is from the factory. So look how slinky this is. So it should not fray, and just setting this there straight. And I'm going to go back and forth because I'm going to cut this part here. And when I do, I don't want it to fall apart. So I'm getting really hungry. So this is going to be the last item that I'm going to sew. And I am going to start another live stream to finish the top. Okay. It's important to connect it evenly here at the top. And then cut it straight on the bottom. Okay. So that's the part I was talking about. I knew that I needed to cut this part. I'm just putting it side by side. So because I need to cut the back here. There. There. Let's cut this. And let's put this on her. Let me put her here on the side. And let's take a good look at Dawn. Here is Dawn in her awesome vest. She looks so groovy. See how the fabric moves? This is great for her. So I have the pattern cut for the matching top. Here it is. We'll do this next, and here's the same little cutting. And I am going all out with silver. I'm using all silver materials. So this is what we have so far. I'm going to go ahead and eat something. Maybe cut more, look for more material. And look for, adjust this. I'm going to fix it because it's a little bit crooked. So I'm going to redo that with patience and get her collar done. So looking good so far. I'm going to do a short video of what we're doing so far live stream and come back later on in a couple of hours. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching after live stream. Please don't forget to give me a thumbs up, a comment, and a share. Share is helping more viewers reach my channel and give them a choice of subscribing. Have a great one. We'll see you soon. Bye.